Hello, my name's Mark Rowley, and today we are going to look at how to create a search box and then return specific filtered results. Most important thing is you need to make sure your developer tab is on. You can do that by clicking File and then Options. Go to the Customize ribbon, scroll down, and you can see it here. Just make sure that's ticked, and then it will appear here. So the first thing we're going to do is we're going to put design mode on, and we are going to click Insert, and I'm going to pick a text box here, and I'm going to drag it over the top of L5, just at random really. We'll make it a little bit bigger than it needs to be, but you can mess around with this later. Okay, I'm then going to right click over the top of that, and I'm going to select Properties, and you'll see a little pop-up box appears here. On about halfway down you'll see linked cell. For the purpose of this exercise I'm going to point this and make sure this is saying L5, so that whatever we point, let me just close this box. Right, so whatever we type in this will populate in L5, and that's going to be our trigger for filtering our data. So I'll start building it. So the first thing I want to do is mimic and copy the headers here. So country, abbreviation, and population. Okay, we'll make these a little bit bigger, like so. I'll just make sure, so design mode's actually still on, so we'll take that off for the time being. You can see this has moved around a bit, so we'll put it actually back on, and I'm gonna just push that back over the top of L5 a little bit neater, so it looks sort of, you can mess around with this, as I say. Design mode, right, so in here I'm just going to write search. So at the moment what we've done is we've made this sort of hovered box that's over the L5, we've made this sort of fixed to the cell in terms of what it's going to be returning and looking, if that makes sense. You'll see as I kind of go along. So design mode off at the moment, so let's just tart this up. Right, I'm going to use the formula. We need to put in a formula here as to what we're going to be returning. So I'm going to write here equals filter, and in fact before I do, let's write something in here to just kind of get it going. So I'm just going to pick one of the countries at random. So we will pick India. So what I'm actually going to do, actually India is not in the list, is it? Is it? No, it's not, is it? Is it? No, can't see it. Or am I going crazy? No, I can't see it. There's Indonesia. Okay, let's go with Brazil. So I'm going to type Brazil into the search box that we've created, and I'm going to write a formula in here to say equals filter open bracket. We'll walk you through this pop-up box. So the array is going to be the whole of the table. Okay. Excuse me. I want to include, and this is the bit that you're going to search down essentially, I want to include that where it is equal to L5. If it's empty, then put whoops, turn our caps lock off, no records found, that'll do, and I'm going to click OK, and you can see instantly it's found me. We need to tidy that up a bit. Let's just format cell number. We don't need any decimal places, we can put a comma, do it like that, so click OK, that's a little bit tidier. So whatever now I type into here, so let's just pick another one, let's go Egypt. You can see instantly it's gone off and it's retained it. So obviously this only works at the moment on an exact match, which works, but also if I was to say, for example, use Japan, I'm gonna just write Japan there, but let's supposing this data got overtyped and I put Japan there, Japan there, Japan there, so we've actually got 4 Japans, all 4 have been retained. Obviously these don't correspond because of where they are in there, but you can see now how the table would retain in terms of a filter, because it's looking for that trigger down there and retaining the corresponding row of data. So we'll just turn that back off. Obviously another thing as well, obviously this customizable box, we can modify that and make it look pretty and use colours and maybe take the sharpness off the edges and put a pretty sort of shape around it and things like that. Of course we can customize all of that, but that's just to give you an idea how to make it sort of make the search box, align it to a cell, and then retain, using the filter formula, the results from the data. Obviously I've only used a very small amount of data to do this, to show you how it works. You could have columns and columns and rows and rows and rows and rows. And on the next video we'll show you how to do a part match. In other words, it only matches a little bit of the criteria rather than a full match here, down in one column. But that'll be on one of the next videos. Like and subscribe. My name's Mark Rowley and I am out.